Jeremy Doku criticized over plan to leave World Cup to attend birth of first child. So you have all these motherfuckers trying to avoid their children. This guy's like, yo, let me fly and leave the World Cup. Once in a lifetime opportunity. Childbirth is not, like we've gone a long way. But babies die during childbirth. Mothers die during childbirth. And if it's your first one, you can speak from my experience, you want to be there. And if you have a chance to be there, not even if you have a chance, you have a duty to be there. She's going to want to have you there. So it's important, I think, and vital that you should do whatever you can. I think it's crazy that anybody would disagree with his desire to be there for his wife. Being a stay-at-home parent is a job, dude. It's like, and I see with him now, like he's a year old. They need entertainment. You need to feed them. It's like from one thing to the next, and you gotta do laundry. Like I was off today, bro. I didn't stop. I was going from one thing to the next. Like
there's always something to do.
Yeah, and that's with one kid. So let's say you have 2 or 3. No,
and this is probably just like one day off because it's like you don't even have like time for anything. It's like all your time you had was dedicated to this because tomorrow you gotta hustle.
Exactly.
You gotta work. You gotta bust your ass.
So like stay-at-home parents get a bad rep, stay-at-home moms, but it's work. So kudos to all the stay-at-home moms out there, stay-at-home parents, because it is no joke. All right. This is the story I saw. I saw the story and I'm like, let's talk about it because now World Cup's full in effect. A lot of stories that are popping up left and right, but this one popped up on my feed and I'm like, fair to kind of give it a...
Let's dabble.
Give it a dabble. Yes, sir. So apparently Argentina wants 13,000 parents who owe child support banned from attending the FIFA World Cup in 2026. So apparently there's... let me just read a little bit of the report and we'll go from there. Argentinian officials reportedly gave the United States a list of 13,000 parents who currently owe child support in the country, asking that they be banned from attending World Cup 2026 events. The World Cup is cracking down on attendee lists. After all, Argentina reportedly provided the United States with a list of 13,000 parents who have failed to pay child support, requesting that they be banned from attending the games. Those who fail to meet a responsibility as fundamental as feeding their children must face the consequences, Buenos Aires Mayor George Macri said, according to an Instagram post by The Goal. If they do not provide for their children, they will not be allowed into the stadium. So apparently there was a list that they sent it. They can't really enforce that. I guess they're hoping that the U.S. government somehow is able to kind of flag names that they've been provided with. You make the face white.
You think that's gonna happen?
I don't know.
That sounds ridiculous.
You think so?
You think that sounds possible?
I mean, dude, with the technology that we out there,
the people at the Hard Rock Stadium, they're gonna say, no, you gotta stop. Come here. For Argentina? Why?
I mean, if maybe if FIFA and if the U.S. government kind of make that to be like a note or like a headline. I don't know how can they enforce it. Maybe when they buy the tickets, or maybe I don't know.
I mean, it sounds like they want to get. I guess there's a list of these names. Mm-hmm. They want to turn in these names to FIFA.
They handed them over to the U.S. government.
And the U.S. and they expect the U.S. government to go to get with
maybe
FIFA
not.
And say, hey,
maybe not expecting, but hoping.
No way.
I mean, dude, there's so much. They have so much technology. They have so much the database.
But why would they care? It's not the U.S.'s problem.
No, but it could be.
What relationship do we have with Argentina to say we got you?
I mean, we could help out. Okay, like don't think about like the logistics of it. Think about like the morale. You think that's like the right thing to do? You like the idea?
It's a different story.
I mean, of course, that's
not quite.
Really?
I don't think it's the U.S.'s problem.
It's not about if it's the U.S.'s problem. The theory in itself.
It would be nice. It would be nice.
Parents from attending some of these games because those games are expensive to travel here. So you were telling me you have money to travel to a different country, attend these World Cup games, pay for X, Y, and Z. Meanwhile, we have a couple of bills lined up at home because you don't provide for your children. I think that is the essence of it, which is kind of what I'm curious to see your perspective. It doesn't look like you care too much about parents who are behind on their child support.
You are quite the politician.
What do you mean?
It doesn't sound like you care about the parents that are. That's
You're
not
like,
what I said.
It's not a problem.
It's just I just don't see how America is gonna receive a list from Argentina and
You're
say
thinking logically about the
we got you.
The implementation of this.
So
I'm not talking about
morality is what you're
yes, like
asking.
the like you know how in the US when you don't pay child support, when you're behind, they can freeze your passport. They can suspend your registration in certain states. In Texas, you can't renew. I saw someone was saying in Texas you can't renew your registration if you're behind the child support. So that they're essentially freezing your life, making it difficult for you to be able to go on about your life.
I didn't know they freeze your passport.
Huh?
I didn't know they freeze your.
Yeah, you can't renew your passport if you're behind because they're like, yo, you can't leave the country. You have no business of traveling, the world.
You think that's why?
Behind. What do you mean?
Because I see it more as like, oh, the court said you need to pay.
They garnish
legally.
Your
I know.
They garnish your wages.
I know that.
Of course, they come after you. They're like, yo, you gotta fucking pay up, pony up. So freezing your passport in the U.S. is a real thing. So this is kind of like a different.
For child support, they would do that.
Yeah, of course, dude. I mean, I would imagine it has to be significant. Yeah, it's not
amount.
gonna be you're $500, But this is people who've probably been evading child support for years. So, do you, like the essence of child support, do you have a problem with implementing it? I guess that's my.
I get. We were talking a little bit before, off camera. We were talking about like, oh, like deadbeat dads, or like, to what degree is this child support?
Sure.
Like, what is the? Are they being taken advantage of as the stereotypical man who gets married and he's the breadwinner, then they get a divorce now? We got to pay alimony and child support, all part of the plan. Is that what we're talking about? Because the thing is, like, how do you navigate through that? Because say, for instance, there's a good guy who got shafted, and now he's like,
which happens all the time.
It happens. It happens here.
Yeah, it happens here.
And I think what is it? Florida is like a no fault state or whatever.
For divorce.
I think so. Like, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. Like, you still split things. I think is what.
I think if you're married for X amount of years, I think if you're under,
you know about this more than I do. I haven't really dabbled into that. But yeah, it's like, I think no matter what happens, you still, like, I don't know. I have forgotten because I had one of my friends who told me there was something similar about that. But I just think, like, if you're going to fall into a situation where, like, you got screwed over, now you got to pay child support, and you're like, yo, I'm trying. Like, we have an agreement. I get it, and I'm trying to pay you. But, like, do I have to limit my life? I guess.
I mean, I would imagine if you continuously pay child support, if it's, properly done, you are able to live your life normally. This would be in extreme cases where they, like, you can't do this, you can't travel, you can't attend some of these games or whatever. Like, this is, like, probably backed up pay. This is not like, oh, I forgot one payment, or, oh, you know what, like, I'm paying. Let me let a boy live. That's not what this is. No, this is, I
just haven't paid.
I haven't paid, yeah. So, I mean, we've heard these stories all the time where it's like people, like, they have to work 3 jobs and then they get fucking shafted by having to, pay thousands of dollars a month on child support, and then they make a little bit more. All of a sudden, they got to pay more, and it's like, yo, I got a second job, I got a third job, I'm working overtime, and you, like, it's like, taking blood from a stone.
But doesn't it go based on your income?
I think it's based on your income, but I think I would have to, I mean, I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it's like average how much you make, or if it's like you're based on, your W-2, or I'm sure they look at a lot of these things.
Just trying to understand. Like, any experts with child support, please feel free to chime in. But I'm just trying to see, because, look, as much as I think it would be nice and morality would say, hey, America should step in to assist Argentina, these Argentinian people on child support who have back pay or whatever.
Yeah.
I just think that we have so many other problems that we can't even fix ourselves in the United States, that now we need to fix on somebody else's problems. Why isn't Argentina freezing their passports the way that
I guess maybe they don't
America's
have
the... Why is it our responsibility? Why is it always our responsibility
maybe
to
they
fix
don't
other
have the
people's
legal, ability to do so. So they're like, yo, U.S., can you do us a favor?
I think Argentina needs to fix what's going on over there, and they should worry about their own people and why they're not paying. If we get our passports frozen, if we get our accounts frozen or garnished, it's not anyone else doing that to us. It's our own government doing it to us because we aren't paying our child support.
So you're saying
So now we have to be the world's lawyers or like these.
Well, they only because we're hosting it.
World
so
heroes?
They can't enforce these policies
Because we're
without-
hosting it.
Yes, they can't enforce rules and laws in different countries. So they're asking, hey, you guys are hosting this. Please don't let our people in. That's kind of the essence of it.
That sounds ridiculous.
So no.
No, I just think like it's like it just so happens it's the World Cup, but it's like imagine one of those guys in Argentina they come here with cash and they want to buy a car. Are they gonna say, sorry, sir, I can't accept your money to buy this car that I'm dying to sell so I can make a commission because your name shows up on this list and this belongs to your child in Argentina? I'm sorry, sir, we won't be able to accept your money.
Yeah, I'm just trying to read the story here and see.
I think Argentina should have flagged their passports. I think Argentina should have said, hey,
I guess too late. Because
and now it's
people
our
are already in the country.
responsibility?
So it's saying, as for how the U.S. could enact such limitations, well, the goal is to allow U.S. immigration and stadium ticketing systems to flag these individuals at points of entry or digital checkpoints, as a reminder that withholding money from their families while balling out on soccer tickets simply won't fly with officials.
It sounds like Argentina's problem.
Okay, so that's a no. You're not a big favorite.
I mean, I think it would be nice if there was a way for us to.
If we could do it, should we do it? Not like, oh, whatever. If we have the means to do so.
I just think. I
Yes
mean,
or no?
sure.
Yes
If it
or no?
wasn't a big issue, I think I think it would be nice.
Okay, good.
However, I think that we have much larger problems going on right now within our own country to be worrying about.
No, but within the scales of like the
Child
stadium and
support.
immigration, like if they have a way to like, hey, this is the list, you integrate into the system. Hey, Juan, blah, 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 blah.
Why Juan?
I don't know. It just came
The
to mind.
first name.
Spanish Hispanic name, no? Juan.
Juan Rodriguez.
Something
Juan
like that.
Perez.
Exactly. Hey, we have a list. You know, your flag. You know, you owe X amount of money. Can't come in. If we could do it without causing too much trouble on the people that are enacting these restrictions and stuff like that, okay, why not, dude? I fail to really see how in 2026 this would be a challenge for us to do.
Okay, tell me
I'm
how
just
this
saying.
is gonna work.
What do you mean? Just like that's
Oh.
what I'm saying. They send the list to the immigration.
Okay,
and
so-
FIFA. They upload it into their system. And when
Who?
FIFA, dude.
FIFA, dude. So FIFA,
Yeah.
just grabs the list.
When you go into these games, they scan your ticket. It matches your name, whatever the fuck. I'm sure you want to tell me that.
But
give
how?
away-
So it's so
they
you're
integrate the list that Argentina sends.
Okay.
And then that way they cross-reference the list with people that are like trying to check in and get into the stadium. I mean,
okay, and
This
then,
doesn't
and then
seem
what
that
happens
hard,
to them?
dude.
And then, okay.
hey, you flagged, you owe child support. You can't come in. Get the fuck out. You gotta say it in Spanish. Get the fuck out, dude.
I don't think so. Up to that point, so they say you can't come inside.
Of course not.
Didn't they already
dude.
pay for the tickets?
They did.
So what
Sorry,
happens to
good
the
luck.
ticket? They get a refund,
You gotta ask for a refund, dude.
and you think they'll give them the refund?
Use the money and
Come
pay your
on.
child support, dude.
And you think FIFA would want that instead? You think instead of them collecting all the money, it's 13,000 people?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have an amount, more or less, a ballpark? Has there
For
been
what?
an analysis of what the amount of money this is that we're trying to collect?
Oh, you talk for child support or what?
For the 13
It just said-
Argentinians.
It's just 13,000. It just says it's backed up.
Right, so
Backed up.
it's okay. It's 13,000
Yeah.
Argentinian peoples
Mm-hmm.
who are here, and they each owe child support.
Child support, yeah.
They each had enough money to pay for a ticket.
Well, remember,
How much would the
This is just a list of the people that owe tax, they owe child support. It doesn't mean that 13,000 people are actually traveling here. So you have to, that's a perspective. This is just the list that the government in Argentina has. It's called the province of Buenos
so
Aires.
in
and
case
some of these people will flock over here. So 13,000 people, how realistically, how many people?
so it's a name
Maybe
and what
100
they
people.
have birthday. So imagine how many Juan Perez's are there?
I'm sure there's
Every
a birthday.
Juan Perez that's supposed. So now we got to get their birthdays. We got to get
Of
some
course,
sort of.
it's not just first and last name. There's multiple people. You can't just have the name of it. I think we're like thinking over it.
Of course, I want you to think about this.
I am.
Because I think it's just, it doesn't make the amount of manpower and I think money, because then you have to hire security. Because it's not just going to be like, hey, your money, I can't let you in.
Dude, security's already at the
Hey, it's a
stadium,
refund,
dude.
huh?
You know how much security at the stadium? There's plenty of security. There's
But they're
plenty
all
of police,
assigned
DHS.
somewhere. So you think that there has to be a certain pool of cops and security dedicated to escorting these people where they're like, I want to go to the game.
There will be cops.
Quiero ir al juego, che.
I mean, I think this will be only applied to a few people.
Boludo, al juego.
I don't know what you're saying. I think this
That's
will
all
only
they
apply to a select few. And so I think they have enough manpower to handle that.
If it's a moral thing, I think it would be nice.
Okay, good. That's all I wanted to know. But you don't think practically it makes sense?
I don't think we care enough.
Okay.
I don't think anyone cares enough.
I don't think this will be implemented either. I think it sounds good. I think it sends kind of, maybe it's just like a messaging thing. Like, yo, to scare people. Maybe it's just like,
maybe I shouldn't go. Maybe I should sell my ticket.
or maybe it's like, yo, like maybe just like a wake up call. Like, yo, why am I traveling here and spending all this money?
You
Maybe
think?
I should. I mean, I don't think these people, if they already owe that much money.
You think now they're thinking, damn, you know what? Maybe I should pay my child support instead of going to the FIFA World Cup.
Maybe. If out of all the hundreds of people that are, implicated with that list, traveling here, even if it's just one or two people that, maybe I fucked up, I think the mission accomplished. I think the mayor and the officials in Argentina, I think it's more of like a, like an empty threat. Like, oh, we can't implement this. We can't expect them to implement it.
But you just want to talk about it.
Maybe it's also just like a messaging thing, like, yo, pay up. Can't really enforce it, but we're hoping you will. Who knows?
I think this is a great opportunity for anyone who has traveled to Miami from Argentina, because your passport gets stamped when you get over here.
Sure.
When you come back and you say, where are you coming from? Coming from Miami. Really? Step into this office real quick. Take your pants off, bend over and cough. And then maybe at that point, that's when Argentina can say, hey, what is your name?
Yeah.
Can you put your fingerprints here? Hey, you're coming up as Juan Perez, the guy who was born on 1960, whatever. Did you know that you owe this much? And you went to what did you do in Miami? And the guy's wearing like World Cup gear. Maybe at that point, maybe they can do something.
Yeah, I think that makes
But on the way back.
On the way back, it's too late, dude. You already attended. When you fly in, maybe you have where are you coming from? Argentina. What's your name? Blah, blah, blah. What are you doing here? What are you doing in Miami? I'm planning on visiting, going to the
Are
World
you the
Cup.
same Juan Perez 1960 somebody that owes $10,000 to your child in Argentina?
No, someone else. It's a very common name, dude.
Matches the picture perfectly.
It's not me.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
Meanwhile, you have on the other side of the spectrum, and you want to keep talking about the World Cup.
For sure. I'm just trying
What's this guy from, was it Berlin?
Belgium.
Belgium's
Jeremy Doku criticized over plan to leave World Cup to attend birth of first child. So you have all these motherfuckers trying to avoid their children. This guy's like, yo, let me fly and leave the World Cup. Once in a lifetime opportunity.
How old is he?
This kid, Jeremy Doku.
Because I'm looking at his picture. That man looks young.
Yeah. Jeremy Doku. He is 24. Damn, 24 years old.
The World Cup is what, every 4 years?
Yeah. But this is not going to be his last World Cup. But
is Belgium good?
They played the other day. They played like shit.
So they're not good.
They're not that good.
That's probably why he's like, fuck this.
No, I don't think so. Because even if your team, is not like great, just to be there to perform on the world stage, it's a great honor, dude.
You think so?
To perform on a World Cup, dude?
I don't know. I'm not really big into soccer. You know, it's funny.
Yeah, but you may not be. But any other baseball, you're big on baseball. What is the biggest when you?
Well, they did the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like the World Cup for baseball. It's not as big.
It's not that big either.
Well, Baseball Classic, I don't want to say it's newer, but it's not as...
The World Cup is literally the biggest sport event that there is. It's every 4 years.
So are the Olympics. So is the World Baseball Classic.
Olympics is also on the same level. So think of it like that. Like
You would compare the World Cup to the Olympics in terms of importance?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the soccer, for the football, you can't call it soccer. The football mind. Everybody.
Sure, with football.
Football. The World Cup is like the
Pinnacle
of sports, pinnacle of the event for the entire sport. So honestly, yeah, it is a big deal to be there, to represent your country, and to get a chance at the World Cup trophy.
So back to Jeremy Doku. Yeah. So he left in order to go see his firstborn child.
So he hasn't left, but he said he will leave. So earlier this week, the Manchester City player told reporters that his wife, Shireen, is due to give birth during the second week of July, which would coincide with the tournament's quarterfinal stage, and he would return home for it should Belgium be in the tournament. Honestly, I don't know if he has to worry about it because I don't know if they're going to make it that far.
That's the one, yeah. So,
but
if they were to, I would still go.
Exactly. He goes, it's my first child, so I would definitely want to be there. Doku told reporters his wife, Shireen, is due in the second week of July when the tournament has reached the quarterfinal stage. And if Belgium are still involved, he wants to be at the birth. If you ask me what I want, my answer is that nobody wants to miss the birth of their first child. But I also know that football involves many other considerations, he said. I know the federation supports its players and understands their situations. We'll see what we can do. So now the problem is, so people he talked about it, came, a little bit of it. On Friday, the Equipe channel presenter France Piron, French, said it was a disgusting moment to leave the international squad, adding that the father is useless during the birth process. You're not going to cut an umbilical cord. You can't miss a World Cup, she said. Piron's comments faced pushback from the former boxer Brahim Solomona, who responded, "A baby is your entire life. A World Cup is over when it is over." Piron did not back down in her criticism. He's going to waste 10 hours. He will be exhausted and have an emotional meltdown. Your baby will always be there. You don't know that. Childbirth is not, we've gone a long way, but babies die during childbirth. Mothers die during childbirth. And if it's your first one, you can speak from my experience. You want to be there, and if you have a chance to be there, not even if you have a chance, you have a duty to be there to support your wife. What if there are any complications? And she was the reporter saying, news anchor was saying that the father is useless. No, you're there. I mean, you don't give birth, but you support her. You're there to help her push. You tell her push. You give her that. Her knowing that you're there. That alleviates a lot of that pressure too for her. She's gonna want to have you there. She's gonna want to have you there. So it's important, I think, and vital that you should do whatever you can. Whether it means you have to leave, be there, and then come back if that's an opportunity. Whatever needs to be done. But I think it's crazy that anybody would disagree with his desire to be there for his wife and his unborn child.
If she is in a relationship, then her man is probably useless. I think she's probably speaking from her own experience, but it is a little unfair for her to say that. Because kind of how we started with the whole child support thing. Like, there's some good fathers or even mothers that they kind of get the short end of the stick, and then they have to deal with like all these consequences when they probably are good men that were there and they're supportive and they're present and they're always, doing everything that's necessary, sacrificing to be with their kid, to be involved when it's so difficult sometimes, especially if women are the caregivers and they're able to stay at home. Amazing for them. Someone's got to bring in some money. If that is the guy in that sense and he's out working all the time, like he sees the kid less, and then it's like he wants to be more involved, but he's working all the time. So then it's like for him to then get penalized and then have to be like, okay, now I'm unable to see my kid. I got to pay child support and all these things. It's like you have good fathers now that they want to be involved, that they want to go see them. And now you have this woman who's saying, oh, no, they're useless. I'm sure there's some men that are useless. There's also some women that are useless as well.
Sure.
So it's that is kind of shitty. However, let's play devil's advocate for a second.
Sure.
Is there any event in your life that is probably so important, so significant? Let's close our eyes for a second. You and I.
Okay,
We're closing, right?
Let me think about it.
We're world stars, and we got invited for the biggest opportunity of our lives. We're performing on the biggest stage with hundreds of thousands of people watching you, counting on you. You're not just there for your wife and your family. You're there for your entire country. They're looking at you as their savior, as someone who's going to win for them. A huge milestone. You said it yourself, the World Cup is probably one of the largest events in anyone's lives, especially for this country, especially when it comes to sports, outside of maybe the Olympics. Maybe we can compare it to the Olympics. It's important. You are on that team and they need you, Marvin. They need you. You've trained your whole life, all 30 odd years, to get to this moment. You finally get there. Your wife is pregnant.
And she's about to be due and give birth to our first child.
Biggest moment of your life, of your country's life. You've been training your entire life for this moment. You can always have another kid.
Well, first of all, you don't know. And yeah, you can have another, but that child, your first one, you won't be there for their birth. Now,
Actually, you go.
Now, I'm sure once the kid grows older and they'll ask, oh, were you there? And you're like, no, I was playing in the World Cup. Kind of a flex. And down the line, the kid's going to be like, yo, my dad wasn't there, but he was playing in the World Cup and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's cool. But I think as a father, as a parent, you have a responsibility. And that responsibility started when you guys found out that you were pregnant. And so, yes, Olympics, yes, World Cup, all these things are huge, but they're insignificant in the grand scheme of things when you talk about your family, your wife, your husband, your children. Insignificant.
What if your wife was on board and she's like, listen, hey, look at me. I know you should be here. I want you here. But babe, this is huge. I know how hard you've worked for this. I want you to go to the World Cup and I want you to perform.
I would be like, thank you for...
Look at me.
Thank you for those kind words, and I really appreciate it. It means a lot. But I stand by what I said, that I'm going to be there for you when the time is due.
But babe, this is the World Cup. You changed your entire life for this moment.
I'm 24 years old. There's going to be a couple more World Cups coming up.
But what if something happens to you?
What's going to fucking happen?
I don't know.
If anything, something could happen to you. So ask yourself this. If something were to go wrong, God forbid, and something would happen to your wife or your child, and you weren't there, how would you feel about it?
But aren't you going to be upset that you missed the World Cup? You changed your whole life for this. This is all you've ever known. You don't have a real job. You just play soccer for
What I would do is I would try to be pragmatic.
Think of the money.
Would you fly back, be there for the birth, and then fly back? You want to tell me that you can't come back and forth? You go back and forth?
Okay, so you think that would be okay? You show up, hey, baby's born. All right, baby, I gotta bounce.
I think
that's more. At least you were there.
At least you were there when she gave birth. If it makes sense with the schedule, and this is like a hypothetical, but would you miss your child's birth if you had some event that was so important?
It's different. I hope I'm never in that situation. I don't see myself, because I also know Christina would kill me. Yeah. So that wouldn't be an option.
Exactly.
She would. And you presenting it in a way that you're like, I think this is a responsibility you signed up for the moment you found out you were pregnant.
Sure.
It's true. It's like now 9 months later, you're like, hey, I got.
And I'm sorry, dude. You knew the World Cup was happening 9 months ago. You went. Bad timing, dude. Come on.
You think? But I don't think it's so. I think sometimes it just, you're hitting it and it feels good. You don't want to take it out, and it just so happens that
sure.
That's when it hits.
It could happen, but I I would try. I would not want to miss that.
Right?
Dude. I'm telling you. It's like you saying, would you miss your own wedding? Would you miss your own wedding? Would you?
For the play the World Cup?
Would you? I mean, it's hard because we're not like athletes like that. Like we don't compete.
I
on
know
that
it's
stage.
really difficult. So I'm thinking like, what could be like the pinnacle for us? A world bartending competition or something else.
But not fair. I mean, dude, you. I don't want to do.
Or you're didn't you get an award for best employee?
Sure. Player of
Imagine they put on a whole ceremony for you.
No, I mean, it's
Your picture everywhere.
it doesn't matter, dude.
No?
I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is your family. And being there for that birth is a special moment. That he's 24 years old, dude. At World Cup every 4 years, he's a goalkeeper. He can play until he's 40, dude. So there's gonna be at least 3, 4, maybe 5 more World Cups that he could attend. It's not gonna be now. Maybe if it was like somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo or whatever, he's a little bit older. This is gonna be his last World Cup. Maybe that's a different discussion, but not even then, dude. I'm telling you, you're gonna want to be there. So,
Okay. I guess you're right.
you agree?
I agree.
Okay.
Let's take a short break with
Short break.
you got something to say? Musi, you want to say something to the mic over here?
Okay. You want to stop it or? Okay. Let's do one more.
Welcome back.
Yes.
Thank you for the short break, Musi. I gotta finish this.
We'll do one more, and then I think we'll take it up. The last one I'd send you was
Christina.
one topic that has seemed to rub some women the wrong way was recently visited in a post on Twitter and has to do with stay-at-home moms. LeBron James claims that he couldn't date a stay-at-home mom, and the reasons why also ruffled some feathers. LeBron James says he couldn't date a stay-at-home woman. I think personally, me today, if I was not in a relationship, I could not have a stay-at-home woman. For me, who I am at 40 and what I got going on, just coming home and seeing somebody sitting on the couch every day, chilling, I couldn't do it. He says chilling, that wouldn't float for me. And so a lot of people were like, bro, this is crazy. You're a billionaire. You don't want your woman to work. You're a billionaire, dude, and you would want your fucking woman to work. Let's see if I find the other one.
That's funny.
What What do you think about that? Let me see.
Is there more? Did he kind of, try, put a little context, justify? Like, look, I don't want her to be lazy doing nothing. I want her to be doing this instead. Or
the clip is just that of him. But he did say, I think, that he has so much going on. He works. He wants somebody kind of like the same way who kind of, I guess, hustles as well. Who has like things going for herself.
You think?
I believe so.
Or maybe it's a woman who is entertained doing something instead of just sitting there doing nothing.
Because he said, just coming home and seeing somebody sitting on the couch every day, just chilling, that wouldn't float for me. But he said a woman. He didn't say like, oh, like if I like stay-at-home mother, which I think those are two different things. Is this like someone you're dating or you're married to? Are there kids involved? Because if you have children, like especially small children, and you're a stay-at-home mother, bro, you're not at the you're not chilling on the couch, dude. Like, it's a lot going on. It's work. You have to cook. You have to clean, do laundry.
But I think in his world, he's got someone to do all that.
That would have been my next thing because like he's not a normal person. And his wife or his woman, he doesn't know that people actually cook their own food, clean their own.
You think so,
dude? This guy's a billionaire. He has been rich since we were
right, children. But he came from Akron, Ohio.
Yeah, but dude, he hasn't done laundry in like 25 years, dude. Like this guy, when you have that much money, it's not like a normal person.
You think they become disconnected from reality?
For sure, dude.
You think so?
You ask him, oh, how much does I don't know, a cart of milk costs? This thing is not gonna know, dude. guy's not gonna know. He's not gonna know. And I think when he responded to that, he meant like a woman that doesn't cook, doesn't clean. Like he doesn't know that women do that. Most people, yeah. Most people do have to do that, even if you're stay-at-home moms. They cook, they clean, they do dishes, they do laundry, they run chores, they make sure the house is in order. That's a job, dude. So I think there's two. You have to break it down and kind of like see it for what it is.
Is his wife doing something now?
I think she has like her own. She's a businesswoman. She has her own things going on, so she's not like a bum at home. The kids are a little bit older too. Like they don't have small children. So I think just people hearing that, it kind of threw them off. Let's see if I see something.
Because I'm thinking like, if maybe she's like, maybe like they're not doing anything now. Maybe she's not doing anything now because she made it, and now he's like, look, it's cool that you're doing this now. I'm glad you made it, and then to the point that you can chill, whatever. But I would never fly. Like, you lucky we married, you lucky you made it. Because if we ain't shit, we ain't had no money, I would have kicked your ass out a long time ago. You think it's more like that? Like if he didn't have what he had?
What do you mean?
Like if he wasn't as successful as he was and he had a woman that was like that, he would be like, what the fuck are you doing?
Like make her work or like...
Yeah, like if she's not doing anything, she's just sitting at home chilling and he doesn't have what he has. You think he'd be like, what the fuck is this bullshit? Like, what are you doing just here chilling? Like, we ain't got no money for that. Or does it apply for now?
Well, he said where he is now at his age. But where he is now at 40, he's a billionaire, dude.
Yeah.
So, and let me read this to you. And I'm assuming for him, he's basing this on the fact that they probably have nannies and chefs and assistants and all of that. So a stay-at-home wife literally might be just chilling and doing nothing at all. Most stay-at-home parents can't do nothing because they have to do all the childcare, all the cooking, cleaning, housework, scheduling, which is kind of what I was saying. Like, in his mind, a stay-at-home person doesn't do these things because he only sees, like, nannies and help do that. But that's not the real world. The real world, if you're stay-at-home parent, 99% of the times, you cook, you clean, you do the dishes, you do the chores. Keep the house running. That's a full-time job. So I think his statement on that is kind of like disconnected. Someone goes, I mean, sure, having a partner at home doing literally nothing all day is weird. But stay at home typically denotes their parent responsibility for childcare and so on. And so I don't love his phrasing here. So. What else?
So what do you think?
I think for the real world where I am, like if I had enough money to sustain my household by myself, where I wouldn't need Claudia, my wife, to work, 100%, I would want her to be at home, be with the children. What? My wife wouldn't be chilling. I mean, if you're super rich, yes, you have cleaning ladies and all that. So at that point, I guess you would be chilling.
And you'd be okay with her chilling? Or would you be like...
I would probably want her to like have ambitions, have dreams, and be her own person too. What is it that you want to do? Like pursue your own goals. And I would kind of like help her with that, even if they don't bring financially, any income. You want to be...
You would want them to aspire to do something.
Yeah,
not just...
and it doesn't have to be for financial gain because we don't need that. You know what I'm saying? So I would want her to have her own desires and her own dreams.
Her own small business that loses thousands of dollars.
Open up like a pottery shop.
Makes zero money.
Net loss.
But she's happy doing it.
But she's happy doing it. I'm like, yo, fucking do whatever you want to do. Try different things.
If you were like that.
But yeah, being
right now, that pottery company better make some money.
I need to see something, dude. But yeah, dude, I mean... That's how I mean, what about you? Like, if let's say you make enough money where Christina doesn't really have to work as much as he does.
I mean, no, I don't know if we'll ever get to that point. The thing is that everything always gets more expensive. So it's like you end up making more money, and then it's like I'm finally, like I feel like now I'm making enough where I'm like I can sort of afford to live. Which for the longest I felt like I didn't have to rely on somebody else. I had to rely on Christina's income as well. Now I'm like, our incomes together. It's like okay. we can plan for a future.
Sure.
We can protect ourselves. We can save for something. Where before it was like whatever we made went straight into the next big thing.
Sure.
So imagine this house wasn't here before, so we had saved. You get the house, but now it's like, okay, you got to pay for this house, so you need to make enough money for it. So it's like now we're both. She's always making more money for her business. I'm making more money in the company that I work for, which is great. But it's like, how long am I going to feel like this? What I feel like is in a few months or in a year, what I make now isn't going to be enough. So I have to make sure that I'm always competing with inflation. I feel like everything is always so expensive that I'll never get to a point that I'm making bread that I can be like, baby, you never got to work ever again. The cool thing about it, though, is that she may not have to rely. Like if I can make enough money where she doesn't have to work, where she can choose when she works, that's the beauty of her job.
Yes,
she's a photographer.
Yeah.
Or instead of her saying like, oh, I got this shoot next week, or I got to drive all the way to Boca for this stupid shoot, now she can just focus on weddings. She can charge whatever the fuck she wants for the weddings.
Maybe be more selective on where
more
she
selective,
works.
where she's like, oh, okay, like I only do weddings now. And she can go 4 months without one because maybe it's slow season, but then she's got 4 in December or something. And she's like, that's all I need. Like it's supplemental at that point. Which is what she's really good at. She loves doing it. So I don't think she would be opposed to it. But any like shoots that she's got to go to the beach or to get stuck in traffic or drive all the way to Dania or something, she's going to be like, I don't need to. Yeah. I would like that.
That would be nice.
You know.
Yeah. I think a lot of times stay-at-home mothers, I guess stay-at-home spouse doesn't make sense because, this would imply that you have children. I mean, if you don't have children, staying at home, like, what are you doing? Like, there's really not as much to do as if you have children. Being a stay-at-home parent is a job, dude. It's like, and I see with him now, like, he's a year old, but they need entertainment. You need to feed them. It's like from one thing to the next. And you got to do laundry. Like I was off today. Bro, I didn't stop. I was going from one thing to the next. Doing laundry, cooking, cleaning. Then you got to feed him. Then you got to change his diaper. Like,
there's always something to do.
Yeah. And that's with one kid. So let's say you have 2 or 3. No.
And this is probably just like one day off because it's like you don't even have like time for anything. It's like all your time you had was dedicated to this because tomorrow you got to hustle.
Exactly.
You got to work. You got to bust your ass.
So like, I think sometimes stay-at-home parents get a bad rep. Stay-at-home moms, because mostly women are stay-at-home parents. But it's work. It's work, and raising children takes a lot of work, a lot of time, and then you still want to have time to go to the gym, time to do your own thing. Take it from someone who's experiencing it right now, and that's like he's only gonna get older and need more time, consideration. So kudos to all the stay-at-home moms out there, stay-at-home parents, because it is no joke. So the whole thing with LeBron, what he was saying, I think he's out of touch, and he thinks like being stay-at-home parents, they don't cook or do laundry and do their own thing, so they're chilling. But trust me, dude, no stay-at-home parent is just chilling at the house. No normal stay-at-home parent that actually has to do their own chores. Now, if you have help and stuff like that, okay, maybe it's a little bit different, but.
So what do you think about those people who run these experiments? So like, oh, stay-at-home moms say that they're always tired or whatever, and then the guy's like, I'm gonna do it today, and like by noon they're like, I'm done. I got nothing else to do. Everything is clean. Baby's taking a nap.
It takes a lot of work, and if you're not used to like the rhythm of how things go, it can wear you down because like the kids could be annoying, they could be frustrating. You got to know the nap time, you got to know the routine. And if you just step into that for a day or two, you're not gonna get it. But once
really?
It's like anything. You try something out once, you're like, oh, I'm not really good at it. But it's true. Like if you're a stay-at-home parent, you clocked in 24/7. Like your thing never stops. True, yeah. So let's say if you're a stay-at-home parent and like let's say you work a regular 9 to 5, at 5 o'clock, presumably you clock out, you're done. That's it. You go home, you could chill. But when can the stay-at-home dad, when can they chill? You come home, you're like, I'm tired. Well, the stay-at-home parent's like, yo, I'm tired too. And you think, well, tired of what? You've been home all day. I haven't been fucking laying on my ass all day, just fucking chilling, dude. I've been doing X, Y, and Z. So you have to understand that, especially if you're not a stay-at-home parent, if you're the one who actually works, goes out there. I think both roles are equally important because one cannot really coexist without the other, But raising children is a huge responsibility. Bottom line, and then keeping the house going as well. It's a skill set that you need to acquire.
So you're not chilling,
I'm not chilling. Dude. I was
couch
out today. I tell you, I wasn't chilling at all. So and now I'm here, and then I'm gonna go home and I gotta shower him. He's tired. Put him down. It's gonna be fucking 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, and then it's time to and tomorrow all over again. Except I work, so I don't chill either. So I work. I'm with him, and then I go to work. So. Bottom line, dude, I don't know what the fuck LeBron is talking about. Dude. That guy doesn't fucking know shit. Dude. He worded it wrong, and he should have elaborated when he was saying like this implies that you have help with cooking and cleaning and all these things. And I agree with that. If you have help with all these things, yes, there should be something else that you should be doing and trying to do. So, I'm curious to hear what people think, and if you're a stay-at-home parent, or maybe you feel about it differently, let us know.
More money, more problems. More money, more problems.
Says the guy in a nice ass suit. How much was that suit? It's expensive. This guy's balling, dude.
Thank you for tuning in on this episode of the Coffee Break.
Ciao, guys.
We had some guest stars. Teddy Peaches. Come here, mama. Number 1, Bushy.
Number 2.
Number 2.
My son's already there, but
He's over there.
chilling. He's ready for bed, actually.
Bye.
See you guys. Ciao.